This is the MTPredictor weekly update for July 8th. Well, taking a look at the S&P futures here. Again, we were following the fact that we had our five-wave pattern down here. We got our buy signal, professional buying stepping in there. We're expecting a correction at a minimum back to the wave for DP. We said they need to make a decision here. If they take this area out to the upside, the tendency is that they will basically wipe out this whole five-wave pattern down, and we take a decision point off the top of wave 1, which gives us another target. So if this gets taken out, the tendency is we see this. Now you can see we've got a little corrective pattern here, this TS4. We can put the analysis on. You see the ABC correction to this down move here, and you see where the entry, the stop, the target, and everything are on that. The daily is showing strength. The oscillator here is into the strength band at the top here, telling us there may be more upside ahead. So based on that and the fact, if we look at the weekly chart, by the way, this is kind of set up, during the right when the jobs report came out. That was not too good, but at any rate, we're coming. The other aspect of this is we're coming into earnings season. Tomorrow, I think Alcoa kicks things off, and sometimes we get a little sell-off early in earnings season, and then things pick up later in earnings season, to the upside. So we'll see if we do get some selling where that we saw the TS set up there, the ABC correction. But I'd still think, if we go to the pattern here on the weekly chart of the S&P, again, we came into wave 4, a nice blue buyers candle where the buyers were overcoming the sellers in this support area. We've made progress out heading towards wave 5, and we'll see where the not too far from the wave 5, the minimum wave 5 target here. Again, that sits right about 1389, 1390 area. And so we closed about 1351 and change on Friday, with that selling coming in at the end of the week there on that jobs number. So keep in mind, again, that earnings season around the corner, or actually pretty much at the door now, and maybe get some early selling. But I do think, based on the fact that we had that strength on the STF on the daily chart into the strength band, that the pullback here may be shallow early in earnings season. Again, there's probably going to be little room for disappointment on these companies' earnings. So obviously that can have a factor here. But I think we get to that target here. We'll see how how this plays out this week. Should be an interesting week. If we look at, I'm just going to take a look at the Dow here and just see the pattern here on the weekly chart. Again, the same as your S&P, and let's just project up the wave 5 here, so you've got a target on that as well. That looks like around 13,025, just above 13,000. 13,000 in and of itself, that nice round number, will probably act as a natural kind of resistance area as well. If we take a decision point off of the top of wave 3 here, you got another resistance area up just above the minimum wave 5 target, which are coming around 13,370 area. That's the starting area for that resistance anyway. So just a peek at the Dow there. All right, let's we'll take a look at oil here. Oil, if I look to check on any pattern here, all right, software says there is no clear pattern here. So when the patterns aren't clear, it's best not to trade that particular market. Look for something else. Maybe a little kind of double bottom action happening here on the weekly chart of oil, though that there is some strength to the downside on the STF. So any rally may be short-lived in oil. I'm just going to take a peek at the daily chart. Obviously, you can see we had the nice big sell-off here all the way down to the extended wave 3 target. This would put in a let me just actually do this manually. Alright, so that was looking at this as wave 1 into wave 2, down in wave 3. I'm just going to project up wave 4 and just see if we've tagged that. If so, here's the bottom of it here. Yeah, just tagged it. Alright, just tagged that Thursday of last week. So, in fact, I'll just project wave 5 down. So we saw the STF strength to the downside in oil on the weekly chart. And there's your target in oil to the downside here. Around 77.30 is the minimum wave 5 target. Alright, so we'll check that. The pattern's not real great on the weekly chart, but the daily chart looks a little better there. Let's take a look at gold. Let's go to the weekly chart here of gold, and you can see still in this kind of holding pattern in this area. STF showing some strength to the downside on the weekly chart, so we'll have to see if this support continues to hold. If we look at silver, and this will be important because of the pattern like we've been watching in silver. Again, here's the area where gold is in support. You see the silver support here, but again, I don't put a lot of weight on the silver market because it's so much smaller, but you had a wave 5, a major top here. Looking at this as wave 1, potentially wave 2 here, and again we could project wave 3 down, and if we do that, we see the minimum wave 3 or the typical wave 3 target down around basically $15 for silver. So it's a potential if they take this support area out. In fact, let's just take a decision point off of what was wave 4. Because we haven't made it back to the wave 4 DP, so that comes in right at just below $24 in gold. So that will be another support area, and that will be a major, what we call it, decision point area, where the market will have to make a decision in that area. If it takes it out, we'll see that we'll probably see that $15 silver. If this holds as support, then the trend which was up prior should continue back to the upside. Okay, so we haven't quite gotten there yet, just below $24 in silver. So we'll keep our eye on that one. I want to look at the Euro US dollar. Where are we here? This is the weekly chart. We can just see this. So the decision point sell signal there, you see we're in that major decision point support area here. We knew that. And again, this market needs to make a decision here. If this area gets taken out to the downside, then we'll be looking at the next support level. But let me just look at the daily chart. There's that major support area. Alright, there's the wave 4. Let's project the wave 5 target. Alright, so we've hit, this has gone 5 wave pattern down. We'll take a little decision point off of the support there, which comes in right around 22.29 in the Euro US dollar pair here. So that's your next major support potential rally area. And if we look at the dollar index, so as the euro's been selling off, we've been making some progress to the upside in the dollar. I want to look at this is the daily chart of the dollar. Let me see where this target came in. Alright, so the dollar did tag this daily target up here at 83.28. Alright, it's re-challenging that area. If we look at the weekly chart, here's our major low in the dollar. Here's our ultimate target, at least what I'm looking for in the dollar here, which is going to be around 85.17, 85.15 in that area. Because this major low, this was the last swing into this major low. We take a decision point off of the top of that swing. It puts us here. That's the tendency, that this market will find this area. So we hit some resistance here from the daily chart. That was the target on the long on the daily chart. It's retesting that area. If it takes it out, then obviously we'll see this, and we'll see the euro testing that lower end DP support. Alright, I think we'll leave it there. We'll see how the earnings begin to play out this week and how that affects the market. So I wish you all a great trading week, and we'll see you back here next Sunday evening.